Guess who's back? Back again. Colby's back. Tell a friend.
Let's go.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's Colby. Welcome to episode 28, everybody. So we'll start off this episode, as always, dedicating to our drivers. Our overview today is going to be on fan experience. Going to a track, we've been to plenty of those.
We have.
So if you've never been to one, definitely want to stay tuned for that.
Yep.
We'll let you know all about it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a recap of Atlanta, our standouts from the race, our drop the green bets as always, with our prize picker Spencer there. Our predictions for the upcoming race at Watkins, Glen, and then we will close out the episode with Choose Who's Zone, our new game. Super excited about
Let's
that.
go.
Gotta get a point since Austin got one.
Yes.
So, yeah. Please don't give me Harry Gant. But my name's Colby.
My name's Spencer.
And let's drop the green.
It's been a long time gone since the truth's been told, and I've seen my own. Head cut us low. Come on, save my soul with a bar guitar and a honky-tonk crowd.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 28. We are now officially in the playoffs. Feeling pretty good. How you feeling, Spencer?
I'm feeling good, man. It's been a good week this week, so I'm excited.
Yeah, we had a good race there. We'll get into that a little bit later. But we'll start off with our dedication of the episode. As mentioned, we're on episode 28 here.
Yes.
Who you got, Spencer?
This week I chose, and I'm sorry, I really am fond of this guy. I've known him for a while, but I'm not going to do him justice, sadly. I don't think he really can for how good he was and his potential. But this week, for my episode edition, I'm throwing him up on the screen for you guys, is Mr. Davey, Allison. And I knew I was going to do that. Wrong car.
Not Davey Allison.
Not Davey Allison. Try it again.
There it is.
There he is.
Yep.
There he is. In the Texaco Havoline car.
It's an iconic car.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's so iconic. But a little bit about Davey, if you don't know him. He comes from the Allison family. Huge racing family. His dad, Bobby, raced for a very long time. But he was from Hollywood, Florida, born in Hollywood, Florida. And I believe he grew up in Alabama, from what I was reading. He grew up around the Birmingham area. And after he graduated high school, he worked at his dad's racing shop.
Okay.
So straight out, started building cars, and he built his own Chevy Nova to race. Him and his gang called the Peach Fuzz Gang.
Oh, that's a bad name. It's probably because they were young.
Yeah, they had Peach Fuzz.
Yeah, Peach Fuzz. Yeah. That's actually a good name.
It is a good name. I mean, you got to think he was probably 18, 19.
Yeah.
So, Peach Fuzz Gang built his own car, 1979, at Birmingham International Raceway. Won his first race in his first 6 starts. So It took him 6 starts. He won his first race on his 6th start.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
that's really impressive.
That's really impressive. So he got good there at Birmingham, raced pretty much all the time. Fast forward to 1983, started racing ARCA, raced ARCA for several years, and won Rookie of the Year in 1983 with 2 wins at his home track at Talladega.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Won at Talladega twice that year. 1985, he makes his Winston Cup Series debut and doesn't really do too much. I think he only raced 2 races and he got DQ or did not finish in both of them.
He only raced 2 races that year, is that what you said? Mm-hmm. He DQ'd both of them.
Yeah, he DQ'd both of them. Or
it happens.
Not DQ'd. I don't think he got disqualified. He
did not finish.
Yeah, DNF'd.
Yep.
Fast forward to where I wanted to talk about where this car comes in, 1987, the number 28. And he wins 2 races that year. His very first win as a rookie So this is his first full-time year. He raced 2 races in 85. First full-time year, so he's considered a rookie. Won at Talladega. And
That's awesome.
Passed Dale Earnhardt to win at Talladega.
That's got to feel good.
Yeah.
Like you're just coming up in the ranks and you pass Dale Earnhardt.
To win at Talladega. He finished third. His highest finish was third in points in maybe 90, 91 and 92. He was third in points. So, I mean, literally 4 years after that. I think he finished 11th in points that year. And then went off. But a crazy story I wanted to tell was at Pocono in 92. He is racing at Pocono. He sets the track record on the pole. Runs the fastest lap that's ever been ran there, like 212 miles an hour.
That's fast.
Yeah, that's insane. And flips his car. I mean, bad. If you saw the video, I watched it before this. It's rough. I mean, it's spinning. And, of course, you can see how these cars look. They are not the...
They don't look very safe.
No. That
looks like an old Fox body Mustang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he flips. The whole car is practically destroyed except for the roll cage. Walks away. He is okay. But the crazy thing is I know you saw it with Ryan Preece. We've seen it with Kyle Larson with the spins with his eyes.
Dude, yes. Ryan Preece's eyes after he flipped, man, look like a raccoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Davey Allison, same way. He literally, for the interview the next week, wore sunglasses, and they were asking him about it, and the interviewer was like,
Sir, it's raining. Why are you wearing sunglasses?
Can you show me? Can you show me?
Yeah.
He's like, it's bad, but I'll show you. Takes off his glasses, and they are just bloodshot red. Look like he got punched 50 times in the face.
Dude, do you ever wonder why that is? Why?
I think it's the G-forces. It's the
Yeah.
G-forces, and your blood vessels there, they just pop. They just pop. You're just spinning around. All that blood to your brain where you're spinning, I think, just causes your blood vessels to pop. Crazy.
Yeah.
But
he looked crazy.
He looked rough, but
glad he's okay.
Well, he was okay.
Okay.
He was okay in 92.
Okay, that's good.
And fast forward to 1993. So this dude has literally only been in the series. His rookie year was 87, his first full-time year. So he's been in this series for 6 years. He goes, gets in his helicopter that he had recently just purchased, and he's going back to see his family friend at Talladega make his Busch Series debut. I think it was Neil
Bonnet?
Yeah, Neil Bonnet.
Okay.
Yeah, he was going to see Neil Bonnet and his son look at the car. They were running some test laps so he could make his Busch Series debut, so pretty much the Xfinity Series. And they're going to land. And when they land, somehow the helicopter nosedives, and we lose Davey Allison in that plane crash.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how we passed a young guy at the age of 32.
That's very young.
Very young. I mean, I would assume he would have raced at least 8 more years.
Right.
At the very least.
You have drivers that are racing in their mid 40s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, gone too soon.
Yeah.
Episode edition. Don't mean to be sad, but mine goes out to Davey Allison, the Allison family.
Hey, cheers to Davey.
Cheers. Cheers to Davey. Well, after our moment of silence and our beer drink to Davey Allison, who do you have for us this week, Colby?
Man, I have somebody that I honestly didn't know a whole lot about. So, quick story.
Yep.
I didn't know anything about this guy. And I have a buddy of mine who has a barn full of NASCAR diecasts. And I went over to his house one night. You know, he's having a good time playing cornhole and whatnot. And he was like, man, and by the way, this guy cares nothing about NASCAR and has a barn full of diecasts. He was like, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Catch my drift.
Yep.
And then he's like, hey, man, you want to go check out all my diecasts? And I'm like, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I want to go check out all your diecasts. And so we go in there, and I'm like, man, this is great. This is awesome. And he goes, let me give you some die-casts. And dude, I'm like holding my hands like this, and he is stacking die-casts on top of me. He does not care. He's like...
he has a barn full.
He has a barn full. It was like family inherited, but he does not care about NASCAR. And I was like, I feel terrible taking these away. And he's like, no, take them. And he's dead serious. But one of them was this driver, and this is how I learned about him. And his name is Fred Lorenzen.
Fred Lorenzen.
And this guy was, man, he is old school.
Yeah.
Okay? To tell you how old school he was born in 1934.
Woo! World War II.
Dude, yeah. But similar to your guy, he started basically working in a shop. So he got introduced to racing because he started as a mechanic. So at some point, he starts racing around and modifies around in the early 1950s. Okay. I saw a couple conflicting years on there, so I don't want to put down an exact year. But he starts racing modifies. But in 1956, he makes his NASCAR debut for one race. Then, on Christmas Eve of 1960, he gets a call from Ralph Moody. And Ralph Moody is a former driver. By the way, I have no idea if he has any relation to Dave Moody. Austin might know the answer to that, but I heard Austin talk about Dave Moody on the last podcast. Yeah. And when I was doing my research, I was like, man, I wonder how they might not, but they could. I mean, they're both NASCAR, last name Moody. It's a similar name. But on Christmas Eve of 1960, he gets a call from Ralph Moody, and he says, and at this point, Ralph Moody has a race team. And he says, hey, man, I want you to come race. Talk about a hell of a Christmas present. Yes. So he starts his first full-time year in NASCAR in 1961. And he quickly gets the name as Fearless Freddie. So this guy has been racing modifies. You know, he's just, but he's tearing it up. Mm-hmm. And he goes in NASCAR, and he almost has immediate success. So his first season, he wins Martinsville, Darlington, and Atlanta. So rookie driver wins 3 races. Now, granted, it's a little bit different than it is now. Well, that's still highly impressive.
No, it's exactly what we just talked about.
And by the way, look at him riding that wall.
I know.
You think that's at Darlington?
I don't know. It's a guardrail.
It is a guardrail.
It's a guardrail.
Dude, have you ever seen Old School Crashes? You ever watch Old School Crash? This is way off topic, but dude, because that is like, I mean, they have different engines and roll bars, but those are like serious stock cars.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. Well, anyway, so the first season he wins 3 races. He has a lot of success. So that's in 1961. In 1963, he becomes the first driver in NASCAR history to gross over $100,000 in race winnings, which doesn't sound like a lot of money. But I read that and I was like, man, I bet in 1960 that was a lot of money. So it's a little bit over $1 million.
Wow!
So this guy has been in the racing circuit for 2 years in NASCAR, and has grossed over $1 million, the most winning driver or most earned driver of that time. So we're talking about the number 28 today. Episode 28. He drove that car for a decade. He drove that car from 1960 to 1970. Now, there was a couple other stints in there, like he drove for the Wood Brothers a little bit, but things were a little bit different back then. So you would see a driver kind of take over another car for a little bit and things like that. But 28 was always primarily his number. Mm-hmm. But he had a lot of experience with different race teams. Now, this guy, he has won 2 World 600s. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you know what the World 600 is today?
Is it the Coke 600?
It is the Coke 600. Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a trick question, but I think we talked about that before.
I think the 600 probably gives it away a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But he won 2 of those, and then he also won a Daytona 500. He won the Coke 600 or the World 600 and a Daytona 500 in the same year.
Wow.
Both in 1965. The guy has 26 wins and 84 top 10s. And then this year, or not this year, in 2015, I thought it was a 2, it was a 1. In 2015, he got inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So when I got this diecast, though, I was like, I've never heard of this guy. And I started doing a little Googling on him. And I was like, dude, this is a Hall of Fame driver.
Yes.
And now it is above my stove, like right above my stove.
Let's go.
Allie hates it. But I'm like, that's a Hall of Fame driver. We're not taking him down.
What scheme does it have? Is it resemble this car right here at all?
So the car that I have, it's blue, but it is the same sponsor.
Okay.
So I don't know if they changed colors back then or what the deal was.
It could have. I mean, this is a black and white picture. If you're just listening, this is. It could be. I mean, it is a white car. It looks like, it but yeah, car. But
yeah, but I mean, it is that. So, but yeah, so he's still kicking. He's still alive. He lives in Illinois. But
where's he originally from? What'd you say?
He is from Illinois.
I
believe.
Okay.
I believe so. I believe he's from Illinois. So, yeah, he's still hanging out. But yeah, Hall of Fame driver. Really like a pioneer in the sport because I didn't do him a whole lot of justice. Also, it is hard to do a lot of research on him because he's like he's so old school.
It's
there's not a whole lot of records like we have records now. I'm assuming because I looked at like 3 or 4 different websites and it was a little bleak.
It was tough. Yeah.
But he is a pioneer of the sport.
Yes.
You know, with those race winnings and things like that. But
I mean, it's just crazy to look at that picture right there and think that they used to race next to guardrails.
Dude, and he's probably just wearing a normal seatbelt.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They might have harnesses, but it is nothing.
Maybe
I don't
a
know
harness.
If he has a harness.
He's in a bench seat. He's in a bench seat.
Yeah.
He could sit 3 people next to him if he wanted to. Oh, God. Yeah. But, well, that's good, man. That was good. Episode 28, the Davey, Allison, and Fred. Sorry.
Wow, dude. I just talked to
Fred Lorenzen. I just wanted to say his last name right, and I wanted to look at it. Fred Lorenzo.
For Lorenzen.
See, I missed it. That's why I wanted to look at it. I can't even speak about it. Zen. All right. Moving on. The fan experience overview. So, when we were talking about doing this, I thought it would be good to give people that have never been to a race some reason to go.
Yeah.
Like, why is it better? So the first question I wanted to pose to you is, what is it like going to a NASCAR race? And specifically, I know all the tracks are different a little bit, but give me a little taste of 2 different tracks, and not necessarily how different they are, but what you liked about each one. Just give me a quick little summary of what you got.
So I would say if you've never been, I would highly recommend going to the Bristol night race.
Yeah.
If you like football, it is the most similar to a football event that you'll feel at a NASCAR race. You're in a bowl, almost like Neyland Stadium. There's a great flyover, big production. People are screaming, you know. I mean, and there's really, it's a party.
Yeah,
it's a party. I mean, I know when we go to Bristol, you know, we have a great time. Austin hooks us up with a great experience when we go there every time. Man, and it's kind of, when you go to a different sporting event, say you go to a football game, you have people who are going to like boo you. You have a little bit can be hostile, but in NASCAR, it's like a big family gathering.
Exactly, and a lot of it is because
unless you're a Denny Hamlin fan like me, and then people
they boo you anyway.
Yeah.
But when you go to any other sporting event, you're coming with 1 or 2. Like, you know what I mean? You're cheering for this side or this side.
Yeah.
When you come to a NASCAR event, there is 43 different fans of drivers, you know?
Yeah.
And even when we go, we are fans of multiple drivers. I'm going to be in my Ross gear,
right,
but I'm not going to complain if Brad K wins.
Right.
You know, because I got to see that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain if Denny Hamlin wins.
Yeah. Anybody but Chase.
Anybody.
if you
normally have like
or a Byron.
A Byron, yeah. You don't want to sit through a Byron win. Yeah. You don't.
Yeah.
But
you ask for a refund at the ticket office. That happens.
Exactly. Exactly. I just think it's such a different experience than you have of like, they are the enemy, we are the good side. I mean, it's literally, like you said, it's like a family type of event when you get everyone in there. Everybody's there to have a good time. And, I mean, it's also the only sporting event I've ever been to where you can bring your own beer inside. Yes. I know that's at selective tracks, but it's at most tracks. It is at most tracks. I think Nashville is the only real one I've heard of that doesn't allow it, at least around here. I'm sure there's others, but like Bristol, Atlanta, Darlington, Martinsville, Talladega. You can bring your own beer inside, so you don't have to spend a ton of money at the concessions paying for $12, $14 beers. And everybody's there to watch a show. Yes. And, it's a race, but it's like to watch the show together. Yeah. And I'll say, if you go to a race, I cannot recommend enough to get a scanner. Yeah. That way you can hear the drivers, everything that's going on at that moment, and it just keeps you so into it. So you kind of answered. Well, no, I'll just go ahead and pose my next question of what makes the NASCAR race different from any other sporting event. And I know you kind of touched on it, but what would be your answer? What makes it not iconic, maybe not be the right word, but memorable and a great experience? I'd say the biggest thing is it's so much different than watching it on TV. Yeah. When you're there, you smell the rubber, you see the smoke in front of you of a wreck. It's like you're on the edge of your seat. Yeah. One of my favorite races I've ever been to, I went with Austin, and we went to Atlanta. And I know that you and Austin have your own differences with Atlanta. I love Atlanta. Love Atlanta. I love old Atlanta. Yeah. We go outside and watch your grass grow. That's what you like, dude. But, dude, I like watching Kevin Harvick win every time we went there. Dude, it was just on the edge of your seat. Just anything could happen at any moment. I mean, it's just so cool, man. Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about because I was just thinking about we were talking about what makes it different from other sporting events. Yeah. And my thought on it is the fact, and you hit on a couple of them, you can smell the rubber, you can see the smoke, but the sound. Yeah. The sound. It's deafening. It's insane. I mean, it's one of those it literally shakes the ground. Yes, you will see guys there with literally no ear protection, and you're like, how? They're deaf anyway. They're deaf. Yeah. They're deaf. I mean, you talk to them at work. Yeah. They don't know what's going on. They don't know at all. Dude, that's insane. Raw dog in a NASCAR event with no ear protection? Yes. Wild. And it's honestly insane to raw dog really any event. Hashtag raw dog. Yeah. To raw dog any event and in a racing circuit with no earphones. That's crazy. I mean, or no hearing protection at all. It's crazy. What's your favorite race experience you ever had? I mean, to me, my favorite race experience is Nashville, but we do up the whole weekend. So that was the other thing I was going to hit on is camping. So when we've taken the same crew ever since they came back to Nashville for the first inaugural race of the Cup Series. We've seen every single one of them. And the first year we just went to the race, and the second year from there we've camped. Yeah. So we've camped for the past 3 or 4 years, something like that. Do you watch the Xfinity and the trucks? We go to all of them. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it is. The first year we camped, we didn't go to trucks. We got a couple Xfinity tickets, so half the group went, half didn't. And then from now, we've gotten weekend passes like the past 2 years. And so we go to all of them. And that right there, to me, puts NASCAR in its own category. When you are, you can go literally at a Tennessee game this year, they have RV camping for a football game against Kent State this weekend. We're playing Kent State. Mm-hmm. I park at the Civic Coliseum every day to go to school. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. We'll touch on that later. It's insane. We get bused. It's called park and ride. So we get bussed over there. But at the garage that they let us park at the Civic Coliseum, the top tier on Thursdays. Oh, I think it starts Wednesday because I saw an RV there today. You can park there and camp from Wednesday to Sunday and do that for football.
People are just partying from Wednesday to
There was an
Sunday
RV in the parking lot. I will tell you that. Now, I didn't see it today. There was an RV up there. Now, did I see anyone? No.
Yeah.
Was I curious and wanted to go knock on the door? Yes.
What y'all doing?
I know, exactly. Yeah. But you can do that for a football game, and that kind of sounds fun. But when you do it at a race, it's completely different because we get there on Thursday morning. We set up. We chill Thursday night. We get up Friday, and you have a great time Friday, and then you go see the truck race on Friday night, which just starts off the weekend.
Yeah.
Then you roll
Truck races are always so wild.
Yeah, they're so wild. And you don't even have to, you like you said, you get a scanner, you just listen, enjoy the race, even if you don't know anyone in the truck race. You just listen, watch, have a good time. Because these guys are the dudes that are going to be probably racing one day. Some of them. There's a select few.
Look at Zane Smith.
Zane, Carson. Yeah. These are just some of the guys that we know now. I mean, I'm a big guy on Lane Riggs. I like Lane Riggs. I hope to see him in a cup car one day. He's racing trucks now.
Okay.
Yeah. But then you come back and the night doesn't stop. You know, you're at the track. Yeah. You're at the track. They keep the lights on, at least at Nashville, for forever. You're out there. It's midnight. You're drinking another Busch Light.
When they turn off the lights, or you're like, it's time to go to bed? Because it's like 3 a.m.
No, because they don't go off. I think they just somehow go off in the morning. Because they like
a sprinkler.
Almost. Yeah. Yeah. And then they'll reboot them, I guess, because they did do a night race there in Nashville, so they did have to reboot them. But then you roll into the Xfinity race, and you that's normally a 2-3 o'clock thing, and you have all that. But you're waking up with your family or mostly our friends.
Yeah.
My dad gets to come out to that one. It's so fun just to have everyone together for a whole weekend watching racing. And to me, there's no other sporting event to where we get together like that, because even if we tailgate for a football game, we're doing it from at the earliest 7 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah.
If you have a night game, you're not tailgating, but your whole event just lasts from 7 to noon. It's just a day.
Yeah,
it's just a day. Now, it's a great event to go to, but this just lasts forever. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about that to me sets apart, and we talked about it before, me and you personally, the fan zone.
Yes, I was hoping you get to that.
A fan zone at a NASCAR race.
It's crazy, man. You can see drivers.
Yes.
There's no other sport in the world where you can just walk into a fan zone and see your favorite driver signing autographs.
No, and I know we keep comparing it to UT football because that's the most games that we've been to. But I mean, the best they have is a fall walk before, which is cool. It's tradition. You go to a handful of them. You don't need to see it again. But when you go to the fan zone, you are with how our sport is orchestrated, with all the sponsors being there. The free stuff they're giving out is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You will load up a bag full of just free stuff.
The Zen trailer's nice too.
The Zen trailers, the On trailers, I mean, the Toyota, the Ford, the Chevy, they all have a booth everywhere. And you're just checking out the latest, the greatest products that all these companies have for free.
Yeah. And dude, when we went to Bristol, excuse me, we went to Bristol, me and my buddy Justin were walking around to go get our scanner pickup, and we saw 3 drivers just on our way there. We saw Daniel Suarez go by in a golf cart. He kind of big leagued me a little bit because I was like, hey, and nothing. I saw Austin Dillon, so I booed him.
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
We saw, God, I can't remember who else we saw. Oh, we saw Noah, and then we saw Briscoe. Yep. And then, man, it was like crazy because I don't go to the fan zone every time I go. And I've never spent a whole lot of time in there, but that was the first time that I actually walked around and started looking. And dude, people who don't even camp, if you don't have the RV, because having an RV set up, not a lot of people get to have that opportunity.
No. It takes a while to build up to that. I mean, I've been very lucky that we've gotten to do it in Nashville as long as we have. But
do you know somebody with an RV, or do you rent it?
My dad. Okay. My dad has one, and then Dave always brings his camper too. So we get 2 spots, and we just load everybody in there like sardines, baby.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I have a crazy story. So the first time that we decided to camp, we've got 2 spots because we had like 8 guys, so about 4 in each camper, and again, Dad is always, when he's camped, he has a pool behind. It's a new camper, but it's not very big, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
But everywhere he's camped,
you snuggle up with him.
Yeah, I did. But
come here, Daddy.
Hold on. What I'm getting to is everywhere he's been, he's had RV hookups. So you just plug in your camper to the electrical outlets. Well, at a NASCAR race, unless you're Jeff Sanders, sorry, Jeff,
with his mobile mansion.
Exactly, with his mobile mansion. Yeah. And you pull up at Bristol and you have plug-ins, you have to use generators. Well, we didn't have a generator. We didn't even think about it, honestly. So it is
Hashtag raw dogging.
Yeah, raw dogging in the middle of June in Nashville, Tennessee.
Did they have like community showers? Because is that how you shower?
Well, we found that out later. So, so we get there. We got there on Thursday. You sweat through the night on Thursday night. It's hot because
the Nashville race is late June.
Yes.
It's in Nashville. It's 97 degrees. That's always been my put off with Nashville. I'm like, dude, it's horrible. I'm going to die.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I don't do good in the heat.
We got I'm
a thick little polar bear.
We got a generator, but Dad was like, hey, it won't run the AC. Because it would pull so much, and I was like, "That's fine. We won't use it." But we wanted to charge our phones. I put up a TV so we could watch different things during the day and all that type of stuff, and so that was fun.
Yeah.
But you're just sweating. Now, granted, you don't realize it because you're also just sweating your ass off with 7 other guys that you don't realize it.
After a while, it feels normal.
Yeah. So come Saturday morning,
you smell the high heaven.
I mean, we smelled, but we didn't know because we all smell like each other, and so literally Saturday morning comes to we all day we're just sweating Saturday.
How hot was it?
Dude, I think it was 98, 96. God. Yeah, it was horrible. So terribly hot. We go to the Xfinity race. We're like, dude, you come back at this point, you're exhausted because you've been up. I mean, the only time that you want to be outside is at night. Yeah, and it's still 85. It's humid as hell. And you're like, this is a little bit better, but it's still not nice.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how hot it is until you get somewhere with AC. But we hadn't had AC all weekend.
Get one of those bathrooms inside the truck. You're like,
this is nice. And so we're like, dude, we're just going to walk around the campground, see if we can find something. Yeah. This is Saturday evening. So Saturday evening after the Xfinity race, we're walking around, me and like 3 other guys, and we see this beautiful semi truck that is outfitted with showers, and we're like, oh my gosh, I would love a shower, baby, give me a shower. And I find the guy, I'm like, dude, is this private? Like, how do I get in? He was like, it's $5. I said, I'll give you $25. Let me take a shower. So us 3 that were with us, we grabbed a shower there. Yes, it was a deal. So we grab a shower, come back, tell the other guys we get a shower. Everyone feels great. Morale is back up.
Yeah, that's what you need.
You're back up. You're back up. You're where you need to be. Then we move to Sunday. So a lot of us stay Sunday night too. We just go ahead, like you said, you got to take off Monday. Yep. Take off work Monday so we don't have to worry about it. And we also get the campground till Monday. So you don't, might as well stay.
Yeah.
And we get to that last night after the race. I haven't slept good in 3 nights. I'm like, dude, I just want to sleep and not sweat my balls off.
Right.
So I'm like, we have this generator. We haven't tried it. I'm going to try to run the AC and see what happens. Okay. I crank up the generator, turn the AC on, works like a charm. Works like a charm.
Was this last year or was this
No. This was the second year we had camped, so our 3rd year there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was or the first. It was the first year we camped, so the second year.
There was a lot of boys piled in that RV.
Yes,
just taking it in.
Yes, sir. It felt amazing, and the worst part was that about 3 a.m. when we ran out of gas in the generator, and you wake up at 6 a.m. and it's steamy hot again.
Yeah,
but you were like, "Wow, I slept good for a good 6 hours."
Yeah,
you know. And again, that's an experience you'll never
get
at any
sure.
other event you go to. So, before we wrap up, unless you have anything else you want to add,
I'm good.
What's your favorite track to go to, fan experience wise, that you've been to? And I'll give you mine.
Favorite track to go to is for sure Bristol.
Yeah,
I mean
Bristol's.
Yeah, every time we go to Bristol, Austin and Jeff, so good to us.
Yeah.
We have a great time out there playing cornhole.
Yes.
Jeff normally cooks something delicious.
The whole Sanders family on that event right there. Their hospitality is unmatched, and I'm very grateful to be friends with them. Really.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. As much as I wanted to come on here and absolute shit on Austin. Yeah. Wait, side story? I already told you this, but I'll tell it for the pod. Monday morning, I wake up. You know, it's Monday morning. I'm getting up for work. 7:30. I'm wiping a little sleep out of my eyes.
Yep.
I say, hey, I want to listen to my friends Drop the Green podcast.
Yep.
I turn it on. 5 minutes into it, Austin's like, well, my overview is going to clear up on everything Colby said that was wrong. Dude, I think what he is referencing, out of anything, is that whole Wood Brothers thing.
Yeah, he is.
I'll tell you this much.
And I told you that. I told you that was a Penske car.
I know it is.
Okay.
I know it's a Penske car. I never denied it was a Penske car. But I know that the Wood Brothers, they put a little blood, sweat, and tears in it. That was my thing. It's not equal. And I'm going to Martinsville in November, and in Virginia is the Wood Brothers shop.
Yep. You
and
going?
I'm going to stop by the Wood Brothers shop.
That'd be awesome.
And I'm going to look in there. And then if I don't see anybody working on race cars for nothing, I will come on this podcast and issue Austin Sanders an apology.
Okay.
No, an apology.
An apology. Okay.
If they're not working on it.
Okay.
Yeah. But if they are
now, what if you
on
walk in there and like every single one of them are wearing like a Penske racing shirt?
I mean, they are under the Penske umbrella. I'm not blind to that. But I'm saying that they put in effort as well.
Yeah, I mean, they put in effort just like every other Penske guy does.
But I'm saying it's a little different, is my point.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be Penske, not Wood Brothers.
I think they're just keeping the tradition personally, but...
I mean, like I said, if I'm proven wrong about this, and I got all this from listening to NASCAR podcasts of guys that are in the industry and they talk about it. Mm-hmm. That's where it's coming from. So, but if I'm wrong, I will issue him an apology.
Good. Yeah. We'll be ready for it.
So you think I'm wrong? You can tell me the truth.
I'm leaning towards more the camp of this.
Why?
I just because of the way the whole team is structured, I just do feel like yes, there would the title is like when the Las Vegas Raiders moved from LA to
Vegas
or Oakland to Vegas.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I said LA, but Vegas to Oakland.
Like 4 hours away. It's close.
It's close. Exactly, it's close.
Yeah, it's close.
It's close.
Yeah.
The Wood Brothers are close, but they're not.
They're not on the same equal level. Otherwise, it has. Listen, okay, not to get off on a tangent.
Yeah, we've gotten off on a tangent for sure, but go with it. I love it.
Harrison Burton is
sucks. Hold on.
If he sucks, I know
where you're going. Yeah,
He's not the overall problem of the reason why the Wood Brothers car is not doing well. The argument to this would be, well, Ryan Blaney did good in it. That was a completely different car at a different time. We're talking about right now.
Okay. So you're exactly right. I can definitely.
This is rare, and I've never been told
exactly.
this.
You're right. You can't quite make the argument that Blaney Matt Benedetto did a better job in that car because it is a different car.
It's a different car.
It's a different car.
But Blaney did do a much better job with Wood Brothers, yes.
Josh Berry is getting into that car.
Yeah.
If Josh Berry wins a race that's not a super speedway, are you going to blame it on Harrison?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not going to blame it on Harrison, and the reason why is because Harrison's win at Daytona, when a team wins any race, it really helps them out the next year or two or so. So with that,
so you're going to say that Josh Berry was built off of Harrison Burton's win? Is that where you're going with this? Is that where you're going with this?
I'm not saying that completely, but I'm saying that it helps out a lot. But no, Josh Berry, it's different. I mean, it does help, man.
So to not blame, because we're trying to make the argument that this car is maybe just a tier. I'm not even going to say a tier.
Two tiers below Penske.
No, it is, to me, Penske, Wood Brothers. They should be really close. Okay? What is it going to take for you to say that the driver, when Josh Berry gets in, is it going to have to win 2, 3?
I'm not. My point about it is that the Wood Brothers, when Harrison got in the car, say it's, day one, Daytona 500, Harrison's starting to drive that Wood Brothers car. That organization is now in a much better spot with Josh Berry stepping in than when Harrison did.
Yeah.
I don't completely fault Harrison. Do I think that he is an elite cup level driver? No, I don't. I don't. But I don't think that you can blame all of it on Harrison. That's
fair. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But don't you think, like with Blaney's ride, Blaney was in that ride. Where did he go?
He went to Penske.
Yeah. Okay, so Josh gets in there, and even though Austin Cindric won a race this year, Josh Berry is probably going to be competing for that number 2 ride. You're not getting rid of Blaney. You're not getting rid of Joey. Yeah. And Austin Cindric probably got himself another year.
He definitely did, yeah.
But say next year, Austin Cindric doesn't make the playoffs. He has a couple good runs. He's a really good super speedway guy. But Josh lucks up and wins at Daytona, Talladega.
He has 2 wins, is what you're saying?
No, 2
or just one of them?
Just one,
yeah.
And Austin Cindric doesn't win. Now,
I don't think they get rid of Austin Cindric.
Not that year, but I'm saying
down the road.
Yes.
Okay.
To me, the argument I'm trying to make is this is Penske's B team. They put developing guys that they want to see race in the 22, the 12, or the 2.
Yeah.
They want to see how well you can do. If you do good in that car, one day you will show up in one of those 3 cars. And I
agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But to me, they're also the argument that I think where I lose you is the fact that I also think they're funding that car so much it should be better. The reason
you would think ideally it should be.
It should be. Like, I feel like if Joey got in that car, he would be top 15 in points. I do. Okay. I feel like if Joey, yeah. I still feel. No offense to Blaney, sorry JD. I still just think Joey's the best driver at Penske.
No, he is.
He is.
Yeah,
he's. I mean, even though he's a 2-time champion.
Yeah.
And Blaney's only got 1.
He's the veteran driver.
He's the veteran driver,
yeah.
And I feel like if you put him in that car, he's going to make that car better. So
he also has a lot more cup experience.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's all, but let's get back on topic right here.
Okay.
Your favorite track, Bristol.
What's yours?
Fan experience. This one was so tough for me because Darlington was iconic.
Yeah.
For it.
It's like going to grandma's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is not any other sporting event except, to me, again, bias, massive UT football fan.
Right.
The tradition, the heritage in that event, you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it. But when you go to Darlington,
yeah,
you
it feels something special.
You feel the history of that whole place. And I got to go to the pre-race stuff, so I got to walk through the tunnel. Yes. Yeah. And you know that tunnel. That tunnel is lined with just iconic moments of that entire track. And literally, there's just people like walking through the tunnel, and I'm with Catherine, and I'm like, can we stop? And I'm just stop and looking at all the iconic moments that has happened at this track. And again, I say that because Darlington is probably the best race I've ever watched. But to me, my experience at Nashville is still up there. Just being with my friends, you know. But racing aside, Darlington is an amazing experience. To me, what I wanted to say with it is get yourself to a short track or get yourself to the Daytona 500 or the 600. These crown jewels that we have in the sport. Get yourself to one of those.
Yes.
Get yourself to any playoff race, really. I think all the races in the playoffs will be another level because everybody's amped up for them.
They do a cool like pre-ceremony with the playoff drivers and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. But get yourself to a playoff race or get yourself to a crown jewel, and you will fall in love with how they do. NASCAR is underrated on their pre-race ceremonies, how they do everything, the fan experience. So that's kind of the light that we wanted to shed on it there. And if you don't have anything else, we'll move on into Atlanta. That
Can
we
I take
just
a break
saw.
real quick?
Of course, buddy. We'll take a break. All right, we back. We back after our break. Where were we? Moving on to Atlanta. Race rating, Colby. What'd you give it?
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Wow, 7.5.
And I'm a big Atlanta fan, but I think that they race this race different than they do the spring race, and it's because you see a lot of guys that are in the playoffs that they do just ride around.
Yeah.
Like we saw Austin Cindric, I believe he won stage 1 and stage 2. And he was, do you remember, he was just like, it looked like light years ahead of the pack. You remember him just driving out in front of everybody?
Yes, he would be 3 car lengths in front of the entire pack, and we were talking about how he must just be full speed. Yeah. And I still just think everyone was half
riding
throttle.
Around.
Yeah, they were just half throttle.
Riding around. I know that they do that in the spring race, but I think it's a little bit more competitive as far as trying to get in first. Stage 3 was amazing.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it a little bit of a higher one. We watched it together, and the whole time you were like, I hate Atlanta.
Yeah.
This sucks. Remember that? You and Austin both.
You're gonna be crazy when I gave it then.
And then, but then when we were watching it and we saw something, all of us were like, oh,
yeah.
Look at that.
Again, it's just one of those things. Speedways are super exciting.
Yeah.
It's just not my kind of racing.
I get it.
I know.
No, I get it. But it looks good on TV, but
it does.
Yeah, they're not going all out.
They're not going all out. And it's just one of those things. It's just we have to race 200 laps to see the last 60. You know, we have, and I understand as a driver, there's so much going on. You have to stay out of trouble.
Yep.
Why force the issue?
Yep.
But
what'd you give it?
I gave it an 8.2. Yeah.
I can't believe I rated Atlanta higher than you.
Lower.
Or yeah.
Lower than me. Yeah. I was higher. Yeah. I gave it an 8.2. It was one of those things. Stage
you like
3.
Atlanta now?
No, I don't. I mean, yes, I like Atlanta, but it'll
we're turning you.
It'll still never be just old Atlanta to me. That was an iconic mile and a half. It ate up tires. It was awesome. Anyway, 8.2. Stage 3 was incredible. We got to see a little bit of strategy. Tad bit. You got to see
a lot of fuel saving.
Yeah, a lot of fuel saving, but at the same time, you had other guys that were up there that had plenty of fuel. Yeah. So it was going to be crazy, other than ill-timed cautions, how that turned out. But I gave it an 8.2. I thought it was cool. Joey locked himself in.
Yes.
So I think he's going to be...
I did not see that coming at Atlanta.
Dude,
I know he's good at super speedways and stuff like that, but I did not think that Atlanta was the place that he was going to lock himself in the next round.
And I've said this from day one. We talked about, we talked about who we thought was going to win the championship. And I still think
Here
it's
comes Joey.
Yeah. I mean, this is what he does.
Yeah.
This is what he does.
Yeah.
They will sleep and sleep through the regular season, especially when they get a win.
That's what Blaney did last year, too.
Exactly. Dude, these Penske guys are so good at just getting hot in the middle of September and riding that out till November.
Yeah.
They're so good at it. They're champions at it. That's why they have three championships in the last, I don't know,
since 2018.
Yeah,
since Joey won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but Joey locked in, and to me the biggest surprise playoff wise is Kyle Larson. Yeah. Kyle Larson has put himself in a spot. Granted, he's going to go to two other tracks that are favorably messed that completely up.
Yeah.
Heavily favored for him.
Yep.
At Watkins, Glen, and Bristol. He's going to be up there in the top 3, top 5 favored for those events. But to me, it just puts more pressure on him to be good here now. He can't. He's
going to have to be. He can't have a bad day at Watkins Glen.
He can't. He probably needs to win a stage minimum and see where it goes.
That was crazy what happened to him too. It's like he was. I still wonder whether a tire went down or whatnot. For people who didn't see that part, it's like he was driving along just fine.
He was in third place.
Nobody was really around him or touching him, and then it was like bam, straight into turn 2.
The wall.
Yeah,
hit hard, and he seemed fine, which is good. But dude, he hit hard.
Yes,
for no reason. So that was interesting. I think he should be a bit worried. Like you said, he can't falter now. Yeah. He has no cushion. His cushion is gone. So he has to pick up the momentum, and he has to race good at these next 2 tracks. Do you know
off the top of your head how far away he is from the cut line? Because I do not.
Yeah, I just pulled it up for that reason, because I wanted to know. He is 15 points to the good, so he's in 10th. So the only people below him are Denny. Denny's in 11th at +2, and Ty Gibbs at +1. So the other guys that are below the cut line are Brad, Harrison, Truex, and Briscoe. And to me, the only really surprise out of that is Brad. Yeah. I picked Martin Truex to falter. He hasn't raced good these past 15 races, honestly. He pointed his way in. He still hasn't won this year.
And I don't feel good about him at Watkins Glen either. I mean, he's going to have a time at Bristol.
Yeah, and not that he's not good at a road course, but dude, where everyone has just gotten so much better.
Yeah. He's not who you would think would be a contender to win Watkins Glen.
No. Yeah. He's not. He's not at all. So he's definitely, and he's 19 points below the cut line. So he's
in trouble.
He has got to work. He's got to work. Briscoe has to win. Harrison Burton is going to be trash.
He's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. Unless he has to have a lot of things happen for him at Bristol to be good, to even have a shot or just win the race. And I don't see that happening. But Brad has to be clean here at Watkins Glen. Don't force anything. Get you a top 12, put you back to when you get to Bristol that you can move this train along and maybe point your way in.
RFK's won there before.
Yes, they're going to be fast there.
Yeah,
but Brad hasn't won there. That was Busher.
Busher.
I think Brad has won there.
I think in that race, and I could be dead wrong, but I'm pretty sure in that race where Busher won, I think Brad got second.
I think you're right. I think they were close. Top 5 maybe.
Yeah.
But so, a lot of things to watch. Joey's locked in. Kyle Larson's got to be smooth, and Brad, Harrison, Martin, and Chase are in some trouble. They're in some trouble already early. You don't want to do that. So, Moving on, standouts. Your boy Corey got another one 2 weeks in a row.
I think he's just showing he's a better driver than Carson.
Wow.
And I think that it's been this long for us to see, he finally has the right equipment underneath him. He's racing like he should be. And all those Twitter trolls, not naming any names.
Yeah.
Those Twitter trolls are silenced.
Silenced right now.
They're silenced right now.
Right now.
So,
until we go to Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen could be tough.
Yeah. It could be tough for old boy, but he's at 19-8. And we know he can't pass Carson, but
he could make it interesting.
He could.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think
you look
but
back at it at the end of the year, and it's 19-10. You'll be like, that looks more competitive than 19-6 is what it was.
I guarantee you, out of all the NASCAR podcasts, this is the only one that keeps a Carson versus Corey count.
100%. 100%. Yes.
This is what the people want.
This is why we're the best NASCAR podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Only the episodes I'm on. The other guy sucks.
Yeah. He does.
He doesn't. He's great.
Suarez, we knew he won Spring Atlanta. We knew he was probably going to be good there, but personally, I was surprised at how well he raced this past weekend. Yeah. What do you think?
I wasn't necessarily too surprised. So I get what you're saying, but I think with Trackhouse, they look at Suarez because your boy's out.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, he's our only shot. This was his only race win. So I think a lot of teams, when it comes to the playoffs and these 3 race cutoffs, they look at where they're the best and where they're the strongest. I think they knew Atlanta would probably be a good track for them. Also, they let him design the car this week. I heard that on the broadcast. So he had a lot of skin in the game.
Yeah.
Now with Suarez, not to get too far ahead, but he's not bad at road courses. I mean, he won Sonoma.
No,
we have Watkins Glen coming up.
You're getting to what I was making. He's put himself in a beautiful spot for this round. I mean, he could easily get a top 10 at Watkins Glen. To me, like just driving around there, he's going to be better than a lot of guys that are there. They're going to build a good car. We know Trackhouse is good at these road courses, and I think he has put himself in the perfect spot to where he could almost wreck out at Bristol. Not necessarily, but just finish the race.
Yeah.
And
if he has a real strong showing at Watkins Glen,
yes. Yeah, I mean, because he finished second at Atlanta. He is. Yeah. I just had it up, but I'll pull it up again. He is sitting 9th in points. He's plus 22 to the good. He went, say he finishes.
Amigo.
Yeah. Amigo is looking good.
I like Suarez.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy. But he has showed that, hey, I'm not going to go away quietly. And I respect that a lot because he was doubted coming in here for sure. He got a win early in the year, and then he barely,
yeah.
I mean, 3 wide finish, barely got one, and then went away. Literally disappeared. Yeah. We hadn't heard his name. And to come out, be strong in Atlanta again, and hopefully he follows it up with another good showing at Watkins Glen, and then we'll see what happens at Bristol. So I think that's good.
He's got to keep his nose clean.
Yeah, he's got to keep his nose clean. And then the last kind of standout I had is Kyle Busch going to get it done. Is Kyle Busch going to get it done? He was close again.
Yes, he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. I mean, I just don't want to live in a world where he doesn't. So that's what I'm saying. He will. He's been so close, and RCR has speed.
What track you think it could be, looking at the schedule?
The first one that comes to my mind is Talladega.
Yeah, another
because
super speedway.
He's pretty good at super speedways this year.
Yeah.
The other one that I would say,
and we have Kansas in the next round.
Kansas, I could see that because they do have speed. And Kansas, by the way, I know we love Darlington.
Yeah.
Kansas is the best race right now in NASCAR.
Ooh.
I mean, it is, man.
It's been really good.
It's been really good when Kansas comes up. And Kansas used to be terrible.
Yeah.
Kansas, I almost said Richmond, but that's a Toyota-thon. But I just feel like a track like that where we just, maybe Richmond. Yeah, Richmond. I think he probably
we don't have Richmond on the schedule.
There's not one in the playoff? No, because
they took it out.
One, that's right.
One that Austin Dillon won.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that was the fall.
I mean, we have Vegas, which home track. To me, the two that you circle, or what you said, Talladega, and then the other one to me is Vegas or Kansas. Yeah. And you can make a argument for either, but to me, Vegas a little bit more.
How sweet would it be if he just wins Phoenix?
Yeah. Oh
just
my
right
gosh! Pull a Ross.
Yes, yeah.
Completely out of it.
Yeah.
That would be a show.
That's also a track
everyone would be cheering for that.
About speed.
Yeah.
RCR has speed. I mean, maybe
it's a short track.
Don't count Phoenix out.
Don't count it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
I'll be celebrating Kyle Busch winning like Denny Hamlin won the championship, man. Dude, if Denny wins the championship and Kyle Busch wins the race, I'm calling out of work for a week.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
I got to.
Yeah, you have to. Oh, that's so funny. Well,
do you think he gets it done? Honestly.
If I had to bet on it, no. No, if I was laying my money down at this point, no.
Yeah.
But do I want him to? And do I think he has the capability? Completely, yes.
Do you think if he doesn't win a race this year and then doesn't win a race next year, he retires? It just focuses on Brexton's career? Because he might be like, the hell with RCR, we're not getting it done. I'm not going to tarnish my reputation.
Yes, I can see that, but do you get this feeling that like Kyle Busch is like almost the LeBron James of NASCAR, of where
he'll never retire.
He'll never retire, and he would like want to race with Braxton. And I know Braxton's young, like pretty young. I'm pretty sure.
I like that theory.
But you know what I mean? Couldn't you? If any driver was going to do something like that, couldn't you see Kyle Busch doing that?
I could see that.
Yeah. There would be like I don't even know if I could think of another guy that would want to race with his son.
Joey, he has a son.
Yeah, he does have a son.
His son's like 4.
Yeah. The only one that came to mind was Kevin, because I know Kevin's Harvick's son is a little bit older, so he's kind of up there with like Braxton.
He might pop in for an Xfinity race.
Exactly, like race with his son
Keelan.
and something like that, Keelan. But I mean, you have to set that time frame of and to me, there's not that many guys that have children that are going to be able to race at that level in the next 20 years. So, but on that note, yes, I do think he hangs it up, honestly, to a 3-year
like at some point, he's just got to be over it.
Yeah.
I mean,
no matter what happens, I mean, he's clearly went.
His sponsors kind of suck. The team isn't doing too good. I mean, all of his sponsors are like off-brand stuff besides Cheddar's.
Yeah.
You know, he's got Zones and Rye Whiskey. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah. Cheddar's is, like, I couldn't tell you the last time I went to Cheddar's, to be honest with you.
Hey, if he wins, you get chicken fingers for free.
Yeah, you do. He still hasn't. I haven't got no chicken fingers.
I ain't got no chicken fingers either.
But maybe if he won, I'd go to a damn Cheddar's.
Yeah. It's like, give me that.
Win, Kyle Busch. Win.
We're hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Honey mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But I think it's interesting to watch. We're going to be watching that for the rest of the year, so might as well talk about it a little bit. But moving on, bets-wise, getting into Watkins Glen.
What you got?
I'll give you what I got, and you are probably going to hate it.
How'd you do last week?
Oh, yeah. So last week I hit Blaney top 5.
Let's go.
Finished 3rd.
Let's go.
So I lost everything else. But
that's okay. Hey, one win is a win.
One win. I won. I lost about half a unit, so I'm sitting around a little less than 5. I'm down 5.
Down 5.
Down 5. A little less than 5. It's like 5.8 or something like that, 5.82.
Okay.
So that's what we're down. But this week, dude, I have 3 solid 1-unit bets that we are going to attack.
We're doing 3 units?
3 units, 1 a unit. 1 a unit bet.
What are they?
SVG to win.
That's solid.
SVG to win.
What are those odds?
Plus 850. Plus 850 to win. This guy is going to be good.
Yeah,
he is going to be good.
Of course.
And so to follow that up, my next pick, that was 1 unit. Unit number 2 goes on SVG top 3.
This man wrecks out. You are screwed.
Oh, yeah, we're screwed. Yeah. But he's not because he's going to win.
Right.
Plus 240 top 3.
Great.
Plus 240 top
I love
3.
it.
And then to round out my last unit, we're going SVG top 5.
You ever heard the saying you're not supposed to put all your eggs in one basket?
I am this week. I have never done this. And if we're going to do it somewhere, it's going to be at the Glen because we're going bowling. And SVG is going to knock down every damn
You're going to be
pin.
in Australia.
He's going to get a strike. Oh, dude.
You're going to be walking around the house.
Yeah.
Telling Cat, be like, hey.
Yeah. Hey, mate. Yeah. I mean, again, you are right. As a bettor, we should never do this. I'm not advising this at all.
I think that's crazy, but good crazy.
It's good crazy because you're going to come in here next week, and if he wins, I'm going to look like a genius. Yeah. I'm going to look like a genius for doing something that's smart.
Just fanning yourself.
Yeah. Because that's what it's going to be. Yeah. We're going to get ourselves out of the hole and into the money for like the 3rd time this year. Let's go. And we're going to ride that wave.
Ride it.
Because SVG is going to win, which means he's going to finish top 3, which means he's going to finish top 5, and we're going to cash, and it's going to be game. It's going to be game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
What you got?
I just have 2. I'm kind of riding your train a little bit here.
Ooh.
I'm going to do an SVG top 5. That's at plus 100.
Yep.
And then, because, I mean, you can't. Betting.
Plus odds on him at 5 is
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, can you say that there are 6 better drivers than him? So say he finishes 6, there would have to be 5 better drivers than him at a road course.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I mean, first one, Larson.
Yep.
Maybe Willie B. Tyler Reddick. To me, you have to go SVG 4. You have to. And to me, I could make an argument that he is 2nd or 3rd on that list. Yeah. And even first, no offense to Larson. Larson is super good at these tracks, but dude, I don't know. I think plus 100 is eat that up, you know. So I'm
doing
with
a full unit there, and then I'm doing half a unit on Austin Cindric top 10.
Ooh.
At plus 135.
Yeah. That's really good. He's sneaky. He's sneaky at these road courses.
You'll see him like at that final little thing when the race is over, and it's like, you know, and it says it on the TV. You'll see him at 8th.
Yeah.
You'll see him at 9th.
Yeah. You're exactly right. He's going to be the Ross Chastain where I bet on him top 10 so many times this year. Yeah. And it's been right in that window of like 11th to 10th to 12th to 9th. Just like right there. He's right there. So I like that too. Okay. But I'm going to ride the SVG
ride that train.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on it for SVG. He's in the lineup this week.
He is in the lineup this week.
Shit, I just got him scared somebody's dog.
But all right. Predictions. The one stat I had, which was sent to me by Austin.
I love this stat.
This stat is crazy.
It is crazy.
If you haven't heard, Hendrick hasn't lost at the Glen since 2017. So Chase went back-to-back 2018, 2019. Larson went...
I like how you spell Elliott wrong.
Yeah, I know. I didn't add the T. Yeah, I didn't add the T. Yeah, because he's a joke. He's a joke.
Yeah, he sucks at road courses now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks.
So, ever since this new car came out, He don't know nothing.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't think we've seen anything like that since this new car. I mean, even these guys that are good at super speedways have stayed good at super speedways. The guys that are really good at short tracks, Denny, Larson, all these guys have stayed good. The guy that was good at the road course,
was the king.
He was, yes. They were literally crowning him the road course dude, and he hasn't done a thing since 2019.
You know what my favorite Watkins Glen memory is Chase was still racing trucks at the time, and I forgot who's racing. God. But like turn 12, the last turn, when you go onto that long straightaway.
Yes. Like after the carousel?
After the carousel, like right there, he just dumps a guy to win the race.
Oh.
Yeah. And then people were like, Chase Elliott never's done no wrong. He can never do no wrong. Austin actually showed me that clip.
Dumps a guy.
Just absolutely dumps a guy. Like drove it in hard, dumps him like straight into the grass. And then, wins the race. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, it was his first ever truck race.
Whoa.
Win. Truck race win.
Truck race win. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anywho, I just like bringing that up for all the Elliott fans.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's perfect.
Yeah.
Hate Chase Elliott.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So 2018, 2019, and then they didn't race there in 2020. Larson won in 21 and 22, and then Byron won last year. So does Byron repeat? Can we dethrone this Hendrick train? I mean, clearly the Chevys are fast there if they keep winning.
There is a trend. It's like 1-1, 1-1. It's like Elliott back to back, Larson back to back, Byron back to.
I know. Do you think William Byron can get it done?
I hope not, dude. Because every time I like William Byron, but every time William Byron wins, I feel like I've wasted a Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
I think
mean?
a lot of us have. I don't know why we feel that way, but I'm with you. I don't know why I don't like seeing that guy win.
He's like Hendrick monotone, man. They got all those
guys. It's like
guys,
watching paint dry.
They got all those guys. I have to say, God, this is tough. But my favorite Hendrick driver has to be Alex Bowman.
Yes,
because he's the only one that has any kind of excitement when he wins.
Yes.
The rest of them are like, I like to thank my Napa parts.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I mean, Alex Bowman's crying when he wins races.
Yeah, he said he was going to wake up on the floor naked after.
Yes,
I know. Benjo's a Bowman fan, and I was like, man, I don't get that. Why? And then when he won that race, I think it was at Chicago.
Yep.
I was like, I like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like this guy a lot. That was off topic, but still.
No. I mean,
I hope William Byron does not win, but I know he's a great dude. I would love to see. I'd love to see somebody like Reddick or somebody like that just to throw in it. Or SVG.
SVG.
You're like SVG.
I mean, yeah. But to me, him and Tyler Reddick are the other two that you have to circle to actually do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we know Larson's going to be strong. We know Byron's going to be strong. And we know Alex Bowman's still hungry. Yeah. Still hungry. I mean,
and he won a road course.
He won a road course.
Bowman and keep the streak alive.
Exactly. But at the same time, we know these rumors that have been circling.
But they're false.
Yeah, I know. But it's even crazy that Bowman had to do that. Rumors were circling because of something like that. Come on.
So, he's hungry. He wants to prove himself. He's hearing all these rumors.
Exactly.
He's like, screw you.
Yeah. And he's going to the Glen.
Yeah.
He's going to the Glen. So
I like that. Maybe we should have taken Alex Bowman top 10 bet. I wonder what those.
I wonder what's that. Here, I'll check it real quick. I know this is.
I would love for him to just get whiskey drunk again.
Yes,
I can relate to that.
Yeah. Do you think he would in the playoffs like that?
Oh yeah, because he would lock himself in.
That's right. He can take a week off. He can take a week off.
Chase has won a championship. Larson's won a championship. Byron has had more success than Bowman. So if Bowman wins a championship. Oh, dude, he's going to be riding high.
What do we want to know
top 10
top
Bowman.
10s Bowman.
So I think that might be worth looking into, maybe. If it's good, if it's dude, your face for people just listening,
because it's appalling. Honestly, I might throw an extra unit. It's plus 135. It's plus 135.
Okay.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 drivers in front of him for a top 10 finish.
I'm putting Bowman top 10.
Top 10 Bowman.
Yeah.
Another whole unit.
Bowman.
Yeah. Another whole unit. 4 units this week. Bowman top 10 plus 135. That's insane. They got Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, William Byron, SVG, Chase, Seabell, AJ, Michael McDowell.
He's a good road course racer, though. He is.
Yeah, no, but I've said this on this podcast before, they cannot finish a road course race. He always has an issue.
He does good stage 1, stage 2, and then he has an issue.
He has an issue.
Just something goes wrong.
Shifter
with the car.
doesn't work. Yeah. Engine blow. Something. He always an electronic issue. Something.
Yep.
Ty Gibbs. Come on.
I don't believe in Ty Gibbs at all.
I'm not saying that, but not here. Yeah. Not here. Martin Truex. No. Denny, you can make the argument for. Kyle Busch.
Denny sucks at road courses.
I know, but he's Denny. He's Denny.
And Denny can Denny.
Denny can Denny.
Yeah.
Denny's.
Yep.
At Denny's.
At Denny's.
At Denny's.
That place
Yeah.
is gross.
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time you've been to Denny's is, but it's
been a minute.
Yeah. It's like Shoney's.
Whoa. Shoney's is amazing.
No,
anyway, Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Ross, Daniel Suarez, and Juan Pablo Montoya.
Is he racing?
Yeah,
oh, he's racing in
that 51.
RFK?
No,
it's Trackhouse probably.
No. It's Denny's. It's 2311's car.
Oh, it is
the one that Corey Haim ran.
Okay.
At Nashville, he's running that same car. But Juan Pablo and then Austin Cindric are above him.
Plus Juan Pablo, the guy who hasn't drove the next gen car,
plus 105.
Respect for Bowman, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a Bowman fan this week.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
Might throw him in the lineup
in fantasy this
Might
week.
have to.
Might have to.
Yeah.
I'm mad for Bowman.
Yeah.
With all these rumors,
yes.
FanDuel betting them or betting against them.
Let's make some money this week.
Let's make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make some money. Because
Let's go
FanDuel
48.
is taking plenty of mine. I want it back.
You paid the light bill around there. Huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to. So we'll see who can dethrone Hendrick if they can be dethroned. And then the other thing that they say is tire fall off this week is supposed to be at 4 seconds.
I saw that.
Do you think this is true? What do we think this is going to become? This is over a run, so I think the runs are like 25 laps. Don't quote me on that. Bob Hawkers hadn't tweeted it out, so I don't know what the fuel window is. But I hope that happens. I hope we have extreme fall off, and to me, that plays into someone like a Denny Hamlin's hands.
Yeah.
It does.
They know how to save it.
They know how to.
Yeah.
That plays into a Kyle Larson hands. That plays into an SVG hand. Yeah. Of where they're going to drive around. They're going to go for...
You think that plays in SVG's hands?
I do. Okay. I do. I think it won't the first run. You know what I mean? Because he may drive as hard as he can. And you find out what the fall off is.
Yeah.
You find out that, hey... whoa, we need to cut back the pace. We need to save or do something. But I think he's just so good at the braking zones that he's saving tires without saving tires. Yeah. He's just driving it so well that the tire saving is in the back of his mind, and he's just better than everybody at it. He's just better than everybody at it. So...
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I did hear about that. I wonder, and I hope this does not happen, but I wonder if it rains, if the wet tires also have 4 seconds to fall off.
Yeah. No.
I just feel like every time we go to a road course, it rains, besides California.
Yeah, really.
So, and other ones in Texas.
And for my bet, I hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
Because...
SVG would be good if it rains.
Oh, no, he would be good. And yes, but... you just see how we know that on pit road he's going to get passed. So say he restarts 8th.
Hey, it might rain because there's a hurricane that's hitting like Florida and Louisiana right now. So,
Watkins Glen is in New York, big dog.
Brother. The rain, but we get rain off of hurricanes.
So it ain't gonna get up to New York.
It might.
Oh my God!
Listen,
Thank God Colby is not a meteorologist right now.
We're not meteorologists, dude. But it could carry over, dude.
Okay.
Clouds are fast.
I don't know what
clouds top 5. Dude, I'm telling you. I'm just saying it might. Look up the weather. Look up the weather for Watkins Glen, New York. Real fast.
I don't think.
For those listening, we're Googling the weather in Watkins Glen. You heard it here first. All right, let's see. Also look at the wind just in case Corey's going to flip again.
Yeah. I don't need to figure out.
If it's going to rain on Sunday, I'm going to look like a genius. Are you on 3G, brother? What is taking so long?
I'm on the Wi-Fi. That's the problem. Hold on.
Watkins Glen.
I'm figuring out exactly where the track is. Okay. I found it. Okay, now I'm searching the weather. Weather.
I don't want it to rain. No, not the weather app on Apple, dude. That's the most unreliable.
You want
Google. Give me Google.
Okay.
For those of you listening, if you have an iPhone, that weather app on Apple's like
it's not
the most
great.
Unreliable. I don't know where they get it from like me. I don't understand. What's the weather?
10% chance of rain.
It could get up there.
That's Saturday. Sunday is 84, low of 58.
Clear.
No rain.
Good
10%.
deal. Good deal. Well, that's what I wanted. But I was just saying.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But we checked.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We checked.
All right.
Anything else you got prediction-wise?
I think that's it.
That's it. All right. Moving on to a segment that we started last week that I'm super excited about. I hope you guys had a good time with it last week. We had a blast doing it. I know Colby got to see it, but
yeah, I tuned in.
I made another one this week that I'm super excited about.
Can I pee real quick?
Yes, please pee. I'll throw this up and we'll take another break. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Back again.
Guess who's back?
This week on Choose Who's Zone, I have another, I guess, driver.
I would hope.
Yeah, another driver for Colby. Okay. So if you missed it last week, I'm going to give you the rules again. And there it is. Our rules this week. 3 facts are given. So 3 facts about any driver. You can ask 2 questions, and you get 3 total guesses. Now, if you want to ask more questions, you get less guesses. Okay, so did you get it?
I have 3 guesses.
Yes.
And then I get 2 questions.
You get 2 questions.
Okay.
To be used at any time. Now, I was kind of lax on Austin last week.
3 facts.
And now
each additional question takes away from a guess.
Yes. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
We get into the first one. Fact 1, Daytona 500 winner and Brickyard 400 winner. Anything ringing a bell?
I mean, I want to look at the different facts.
Of course. Okay. But I'm just saying. It's fact 1, Daytona 500 winner, Brickyard 400 winner. Fact 2, born in Joplin, Missouri. That's Missouri state flag, in case you were wondering. Okay. Fact 3, first race 2002, and his last race was 2021.
I have a question.
Okay, hit me with your first question.
Can you tell me what race team he raced for, primarily?
Yes, I can. Let me look it up to make sure.
Last race was in 2021.
Last race was in 2021.
2002, 2021. Born in Missouri. I have somebody in mind.
Yep.
But I don't want to say. Yeah.
Don't say.
Who do you race for? Can I change the question?
Yes, because I didn't give you the answer. Who do you race for and win?
Last.
Who do you race for last?
Uh-huh.
The last race, 2021, he raced for Spire Motorsports.
What?
Yep. So that didn't help you. That's one question.
Whoa, my God. You raced for Spire.
One more. You want to throw out a guess? This could help you tag guys off. You have 3.
because that completely takes away.
Okay.
God, I feel like an idiot now. If he guys that race for Spire. I do remember Spire was like putting people in those cars.
Colby's thinking. He's thinking.
Can you tell me? Second question.
Yep.
What card number did he have the longest? Can you tell me that?
I'll tell you this, but this may be a question we have to ban. Okay? But he raced in the number 1 car.
Oh. Kurt Busch?
Wrong.
What?
Wrong. You have 2 guesses left.
Oh my God. Jamie McMurray.
Oh.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Jamie McMurray. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. Good question.
As soon as I said
Good
Kurt
question.
Busch, I was like, no, he raced for 2311 last. As soon as I said that.
Yep. Good one. Good one. So,
That
Jamie
is-
McMurray.
That is a question we'll have to ban. Driver number, you think?
I don't know. I feel like that takes a little bit out of it. Maybe. I mean, we all know a lot of numbers.
I do know a lot of numbers.
Yeah, we
I
do
was
know
like,
a
if I
lot
get
of numbers.
I should have asked race team the longest.
Yeah. Which would have been Chip Ganassi. But that would have helped.
I would have still said Kurt Busch.
Yeah. So, but it would have been one of those things. Like, again, we're still figuring out this segment, so that may be one of the questions we have to ban. You know, we may have to put a ban on a question. You can't just ask what number they drove last.
I mean, I was doing what I could do.
No.
Yeah.
We're great job. Great job.
So I'm tied with Austin.
You're tied with Austin. 1-0. 1-0. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah,
So,
Austin.
But next time,
everybody knows Harry Gant.
yeah,
That's a home run ball.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah.
That was a slow pitch
Jamie
softball.
McMurray.
Not everyone knows that.
He didn't do as much as Harry Gant did.
No.
Harry Gant had more wins. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, while we're on here, let's just look.
Let's check that out. But
Yeah,
I'm going to say it's true right now.
You're gonna say it's true?
Yeah. Harry Gant had more wins than Jamie McMurray.
That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Jamie McMurray had like 2 or 3 wins.
No, he had more than that.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I just looked.
Well, how many wins does he have? How many wins does Jamie McMurray have?
7.
Oh, well. All right. Well, how many
you think Harry Gant has?
I'm gonna put a number on it.
Yeah, put a number on it. Put a number on it.
25.
18.
Okay.
18. Good segment.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's so much
fun.
Yeah, but it's
fun. You were so
that.
nervous about it. And
I was really nervous.
Dude,
I was like, man, I don't want to get it wrong because I know Austin's going to be in the comments, but what an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, that would kill my self-esteem.
So I'm 0-2. I'm 0-2. So we're kind of keeping tally on if you guys don't get it, I win. If you guys get it, you win.
You're like the house.
Exactly. I'm the house. So I'm 0-2. So we may have to. I'm gonna make a note. We may have to ban the number question because when you asked that, I was like, "Damn it!" It was a good question. I didn't put any rules on the questions yet, so I may have to put some rules on the questions. But I'm 0-2. So
do you think moving forward, no numbers?
Not necessarily. I'm not ready to put that
out there.
I'm not ready to put that out there yet because I mean, if you can recall a dude, I'm just going to make your driver harder
now. How else am I going to know Jamie McMurray?
Because he's from Joplin, Missouri.
Who the hell knows that Jamie McMurray is from Joplin, Missouri?
You know Chase Elliott is from Dawsonville, Georgia.
You know who I thought it was first?
Who?
Clint Boyer.
Oh,
because he's
Missouri.
I think he's from Kansas, but like I know he's at
right
Kansas
there.
City.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I think he quit in like 2021 to go in the booth, right? And then started in the booth in 2022. That might be wrong. Maybe he started in 2023. Maybe his last season was 2022. I can't remember, but I knew it was somewhere around then, and he'd been racing for a long time. So if you were going to say Stuart Haas, I was going to be like Clint Boyer.
Yeah. Clint Boyer's last race was
2022?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been in the booth longer than what I remember.
Yeah.
He's a good commentator. I think everybody that ever sits in this chair would agree.
Yeah.
I speak for everyone.
You speak for everybody. Yeah. But all right, man. That was a good episode. Thank you for being with us again, Colby. I really do appreciate it, brother.
I love it,
for filling in. So, 0-2. We got a great race this weekend. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed the fan experience. Get yourself to a NASCAR race.
Absolutely.
And man, you got anything else?
No, that's it, man.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a good one.